Okay, we're here to do this inspection on this 2014 Ford F350. First thing to do, check the fluids and the batteries before you even try to start it. Oil's full, nice and dirty. Recommended oil change. There is transmission fluid in it. That's not the accurate level. You need to have it running and parked to check that, but at least we know that there is fluid and the condition of the fluid. Check the power steering fluid level. Coolant level. It's above the coal fill range. And if you want to look inside, the condition of the fluid, it looks okay, but we didn't do a test on it. You do an electrolysis test, or you can do a chemical test if you'd like. For right now, for runnability, I'm just going to check the proper levels and let it go drive. Batteries. This is a dirty battery, no corrosion on the terminals, 750 CCA rating, good battery, 945 amps output, 12.6 volts. Check the other one. It's coming up the same reading, but they're probably linked together. It's a good idea to disconnect these when you test them, but being that I'm getting a state of charge at 98% and a state of health at 100%, neither one of these batteries is really bad. There is a slight amount of corrosion right there on the ground terminal, but it's isolated to this edge. I'm gonna let it slide for now. Get the keys plugged in, run the OBD scanner, check for codes. No codes, continue. Now you're gonna wanna start it and listen for startup noises in the engine, such as exhaust gaskets, the manifold, donut gaskets, anything rattling underneath, or anything rattling in the timing chain. Nice, clean, smooth start. Keep moving. Check the high beams and the low beams and do a walk around and make sure all the parking lights and all the side markers work. Ah, that one's out. Next, check the brake lights. The brake lights work. This parking light does not. Next, check your turn signals inside and out. Do a walk around. While it's running, you can check that your charging system is operating properly. At least 14.2. Maybe 14.6 would be better, but that's okay at low RPM. Then you can start marking off your list. Battery condition's okay, cable condition, charging system's okay, starter was okay, wiring looks okay. We're going to check the fuses and relays, high and low beams work, parking lights work, turn signals work. Get back and do the reverse lights. Put it in reverse with the e-brake on, with the engine off, and go back and check the reverse lights. Brake lights worked. Trailer output, we're also going to check the trailer hitch connection and see if the wires are all working properly. And move on to the interior. And we got one reverse light out. Alright, while we're in here, we want to do the interior stuff. Horn, that works. Mirrors. If you have electric mirrors, you want to run them. Make sure that they're operating properly. They go in and out, they turn. Good. Wiper washers. Spray. No streaks, looks clean. Check your seat belt. Good. Seat operates. It's electric seat. Make sure that the fuses are good. It operates good. Windows. Check all the windows up and down. Good. Release levers for the hood and for the e-brake. Those work. Interior lighting works. Works. Gauges, lights. Make sure that all the lights on the dash work. All the backlighting for the gauge cluster. Heater, AC, and fan. It's been running for a moment, so by now you should be able to turn the fan on. On. Check the air conditioning. Check the heater. Good. Radio, navigation, CD player. Radio works. Remote battery. It unlocked the car, so the battery's okay. Sunroof, nope. All others, cruise control, tow and brake controller. Tow haul was built in. Put in gear. Tow haul comes on. Back to the engine. Oil level was okay. Transmission level looked okay. Power steering was okay. Brake fluid condition, it was low. Looked okay. The reason why I didn't add any to it, because I was going to check the brake pads first. All the brake pads are at 80% or better. So it's just low right now, which is interesting. Antifreeze condition was good. Washer fluid worked. Double check it, fill it up. Air and cabin filter on this have already been replaced on the last service. Drive belt condition was good on the last service, which was not very many miles ago. Timing chain, we're not going to check. Operating noises, good. Didn't hear anything out of the ordinary. I've already looked at the radiator tank, good. Hose clamps, water pump isn't leaking, and the cooling fans were operating properly. Not going to check any of the fuel pressures. The exhaust manifold did not make any noise on startup. The O2 sensors are operating properly. They did not throw any codes. The muffler and the piping is good condition. The brakes, the front pads and rotors were at about 80%. The rotors were pretty trashed. She's concerned about some squeaking noises up front, I believe it was. That would be the condition of the rotors. The last person may have pad slapped it, it wasn't me. The rear pads and rotors, same deal, about 80% or better. All the lines are good. I don't know if it pulls, but I have to check that. Pulse and noise on braking. Leaks in the valve covers, we're going to check for leaks here in a minute. So we can get rid of the interior section, the electrical section, the engine section. Frame and chassis we'll know when we run it. I'm not going to check anything on the ignition system. There's no misfire codes. And then we'll check for leaks. Get out and check the tire condition and the tire pressure. OBD, no codes. Also, I've noted that this thing has a trailer air ride suspension. So if that's part of the system, one of the things that you want to touch all these, you want to usually plug something in here, make sure that all these things are operating properly, run it through four-wheel drive and all of this. But this is just a general drivability issue. Check. But if they're going to hook a trailer up to it, they want to make sure that that guy works. Check the tire pressure on all the tires. Got about 58 there. It's a little excessive. We will check inside the door to see what it's supposed to be. Right here there's a sticker inside the door. It says the front should be at 65. Not excessive. It's actually low. I don't exactly love getting under a vehicle while it's raining, but we can try. Rear differential seal on the outside, that's good. Rear axle pinion, that's good. I went ahead and shut it off so you can hear me a little bit better. We're gonna climb under here and check for leaks. I don't see anything up by the radiator. I see some rust. I don't see anything from the oil pan. I don't see anything up top. I didn't see anything. I don't see anything around. Well, there's a slight amount around the oil filter. Nothing coming down. Nothing on the transmission pan. And then you want to check the output shaft seal on the transmission. It's way back there. That's clean. She just added DEF fluid to it, so that's good. Front pinion, four-wheel drive, and the front axle. Oh. And the front diff cover, clean. No leaks, good to go. Gonna have to put your seatbelt on so you don't hear that bingity bing bing all the time here. Try to find yourself some nice clean blacktop to run it straight about 30 to 40 miles an hour to listen for wheel bearing noises and pulls. Seems smooth. And find some bumps. Try to listen to the front end for any shock noise, sway bar end link noise. Nice and solid. Don't hear anything unusual. Nice quick brake at a straight. I don't hear any squeaking. I don't feel any pulling. That's the extent of my test drive on this inspection. There was no customer complaints about freeway speed. It was just brake noise, not pulsing or anything. I'll show you what the brake pads look, what the rotors look like. That rotor's nice and shiny. It's got a cloudy color to it, that's good. This one over here is probably causing the noise. See all those nice grooves in there? Something's not seating right. Got some dirt jammed up in the brake pad or something. So let's look at the tire condition. Go across here, feel for feathering. I don't feel any feathering. I look for uneven wear. Same on the inside edge here as it is here. It doesn't seem like there's any alignment issues there. It didn't seem to pull. Rears are easier. They just go straight unless they've been rotated. And you can identify somebody as trying to hide a problem if they've rotated a bad tire to the back. They'll have uneven wear. Straight axles don't have uneven wear usually. Good. No feathering here, no feathering there, no uneven wear. Looks good. They're soft, they're not hard and brittle, so they're not aged too much. They'll have a little bit of flex in them. Good tires. Now I want to do a quick pin out on the trailer connection and make sure everything's good. Just doing the mains here, so ground's on top, running lamps, left stop, right stop. I have the parking lights on right now, so I can ground this out on this terminal. And I can check the parking light voltage. Good. Running lamps on this one is going to be on the, you note this is, the stop's up here on the top. It's not up here. This is clocked 90 degrees to the right. So the location of them is going to be different. And on this one, the running lamps is on the right upper side and the ground is on the left upper side. Left upper side is the ground. Right upper side is the parking lights. Those are working. I'm going to turn the left turn signal on. Left turn signal is on. That is the third one down here. Nope, I'm wrong. It is the bottom one. That says right hand stop turn. That seems like something's wired wrong. Let's check this side. Ground's the left top, and left hand stop turn is dead center top. That is working. Left hand turn signal and brake circuit. Left hand turn and stop. Something's going on with this side. Alright, so we need to fix the wiring on that. Let's turn the right hand turn signal on. Now this should be the bottom one. Ground, right hand turn signal. That's working, but the left-hand turn signal isn't. Let's try this. Ground's upper left, and right-hand stop turn is dead center bottom. That's operating properly. So the 7-pin connector seems to be wired properly, except for maybe the battery power and the reverse lights for the trailer. This one over here doesn't have a left-hand turn signal or a stop lamp. Probably a wire issue inside. I've had problems with this one before. And also remember, the left-hand park light doesn't work. So advise the customer to use a 7-pin with an adapter. Don't use this one for now until I can replace all the wiring underneath. And that should be all of it. Okay, let's double, triple check. Got the electrical system, the interiors, the frame and chassis, wheel bearings are okay. Everything on the tie rods, ball joints, sway bars, CV axles, control arms, shock springs, nothing made noise. Engine mounts, trans mounts didn't go clunk. No damage underneath. Doesn't seem to be any exterior damage. So frame chassis section done. And what was left? Leaks. Didn't seem to have any leaks that I could see at all. All the tires were good. No codes. And 4-pin trailer left brake wire out. Toe brake controller, mark that over here, line 29. And what else? Trailer outlet power, also on 12, 29, and reverse light 10. We got that. There you go, all done. So that's basically the short list of me doing a quick vehicle inspection. I usually spend a little bit more time going back through everything, but again, the customer was just concerned about the squeak on the brakes. I'm just doing an overall. I'm already aware of the wiring issue in the back of the truck with the parking light, and that we need to replace all the wiring harnesses in the back. That'll include the trailer lighting and the brake and park lighting. Everything else seems to be fine on it. I'm not going to worry about anything else in the engine right now. It's a diesel engine. I don't usually service those anyway. And she has a shop for major repairs, so I just do the inspections to make sure that they're roadworthy, that the crew is keeping up on the oil levels, coolant levels, tire pressure, things like that. Things that should have a daily checklist that most shops don't have. Most employers don't make the cut. The employees go through and double check the oil, double check the tire pressure, the simple things. So that was a quick run through of a full inspection, but I am going to make a few videos of more detailed one-on-one things, how to check the oil, what to do if it's low, etc., etc. How to check your gas cap if that code should come up, how to check your tire pressure. Simple things are overlooked, and sometimes people honestly just don't know how to do some of these things. I don't know how to do taxes. I could learn, but I'm not going to watch a YouTube video on it. That seems a little excessive, but I think changing your oil, you could get stuck on that if you're not savvy around cars and stuff like that. You could potentially cause an issue. So sometimes it's just better to let the tax professionals do it. The taxes, not the oil change. But checking your tire pressure and going, because a lot of these cars don't have tire pressure monitoring systems. They won't tell you if your tire's low. So it's just a good idea to check it, especially when the temperature changes. You'll lose a couple of pounds, you'll lose a couple of miles per gallon because of that. Wear your tires out prematurely. So these little things, running low on oil, these new cars, they have low compression rings with the GDI engines and some of the other ones too, Hyundai, Kias and such. That's why I'm bashing on them so much. It's because at 60,000 miles, they start a lot of blow by and it consumes a lot of oil, and the customer doesn't check on the oil level, and it starts making chain noise, and it starts just turning all the 2 quarts or a quart of oil that's left in there into sandpaper, and it just takes out the rings even more. It takes everything out. It takes out your timing chain tensioner and the seals in it. And, you know, at that point, you really can't do much about it. I've replaced timing chains because of that issue on Kias, and the customer didn't maintain watching the oil level because the rings were so bad and sanded down that it just kept eating oil, and it did it again. It took out the new timing chain set. So, you know, these things, we need to bring awareness of things like that to the consumer, the planned obsolescence with all of these new vehicles and such. But in the meantime, what you can do is at least pay attention to your vehicle. Open the hood every now and then and see if there's something leaking somewhere. Just, you know, simple things. And so I'll get to making a few videos like that so that people could try to learn a little bit more about their vehicles and save a little bit of money instead of trying to take it to the shop for a $200 diagnosis for something that they could have done themselves. So keep watching, subscribe, like and share, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.